what I really do, DC gang. Welcome back to the channel. As always, you better be having a good day out there, my boys. Now listen, bro, I got it on me, alright? It's called Mega Mind, and the reason why I called this deck Mega Mind is because you're gonna need a PhD degree, you're gonna need a bachelor's degree, you're gonna need a freaking associate's and a pilot's license in order to play the deck. Now, honestly speaking, bro, the deck is not that hard to play once you get used to it. It's the matter of the fact that it's frustrating learning it and then having to, remember all the attributes that you need in order to make your plays. And this deck, honestly, bro, is the epitome of Yu-Gi-Oh! What do I mean by that? I honestly really like the deck because the deck doesn't let you do anything for free. You have to really use 100% of your brain when you're playing this deck. Now, that part I don't like because sometimes you're just tired. You just want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, right? But the matter of the fact is that this deck should be what Yu-Gi-Oh is about. It's about timing, knowing when to activate your effects, realizing what you can and can't do depending on what you have in your hand, right? Very interactive deck, very satisfying to master, right? So with that being said, we're going to go over the whole deck list, how I play the deck, the combos and all of that, and I'm gonna break down the replays so you guys can learn how to play the deck as well, right? So with that being said, if you guys enjoy the content, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe to the boy, because I would greatly appreciate it. Enough with the yapping, let's get into the deck list, right? So we're running 2 Karikara's Divine Carnate, right? Shout out to my boy Kawaii because he loved this card before it even became popular. And basically the reason why we have her in here is because, first of all, she's a fire attribute, right? Fire monster, which we're gonna need in order to make our plays. Also, the deck doesn't do all that well going second, so sometimes she's a necessary card in order to be able to clear out boards or actually play through going second, because unless you want to change some of the traps that I have in the deck list and play evenly matched, honestly speaking, bro, the deck doesn't do all that well going second. I mean, you can play through certain stuff, you can make a little board on top of what your opponent has and then maybe play through that on the 3rd turn, but most of the time the deck is not that great going second. So that's why we have 2 Kurikaras. She's a fire, and because, clear out boards, right? Then we have 3 Maxis. This is one of the only decks that actually has 2 or multiple benefits to having Maxi, right? Maxi, throw it out, draw some cards. Also, it's an earth attribute in order to make your plays, right? That's all you need to know. Maxi. 3 Ash Blossom because it's a fire attribute. Also negate anything, right? You know how Ash Blossom works. So that's why we have it at 3. 1 Kashtira Rise. Now before anybody starts complaining in the comments or something like that, but oh, everybody asks Kashtira. Listen, bro, I played about 4 different versions of this deck. With Kashtira, without Kashtira, with different cards, with everything. And then I ended up with this, and this is the most consistent deck that I have made right now for this specific archetype, right? Because essentially, I don't want to just show you a deck to show you replays, bro. I want to show you a deck that if you build it, it's gonna work for you and be consistent, right? So you need the Kashtira package, bro, because most of the time it unbricks you. Like if you have this thing in the hand, but you don't have any other fire monster, but you get to special summon Fenrir and activate its effect, which most of the time nobody negates nowadays, and then you get your Rise Heart that way, you could start your combo. It's just that simple, bro. This little package right here unbricks you, so you have to play it, right? You don't have to, but you should. Regular New York noises, I apologize. Then we are running 3 Vanquish Crystal Racing. This is the most important card in the deck, specifically when you gotta start your 1-card combo in your 1st turn, right? So basically, you're gonna normal summon this thing, activate its effect, search out your J Long. Now that you have it in the hand, you're gonna activate its 2nd effect to make it undestructible by battle. That's gonna allow you to special summon your J Long, activate her effect. You're gonna special summon her to the field, use your Racing, link it off into the Vanquisher, right? And then you're gonna bring this thing back to the hand. Of course, you must have another fire monster in the hand to activate her effect to search out your trap. That's mainly what your combo is gonna consist of. And your starting turn, of course, you could do multiple other things depending on what you have in the hands, right? So then we have 1 Vanquish Crystal Panthera. This is one of the only cards that you need to run at 1, unless you're not planning on running Maxi, which I don't think you are, bro, or Fenrir, because you need some earth monsters besides your Vanquish Crystal Caesar, unless you want to play multiple copies of this thing as well, right? So the other second utility that it has is that if you special summon it onto the field, basically the 1st effect is fine, it cannot be destroyed by battle this turn, but the main effect that you want is that if you show them a earth and fire monster in your hand, then you could destroy this card, any spell or traps in distinct columns. So if you want to get rid of a spell or a trap in your opponent's back row, this is the way to do it, right? Then we have three Vanquish Soul Dr. Madlove, and this thing is actually really nice sometimes when you don't have this thing right here, because it will allow you to at least have some type of gameplay if you brick, right? Because you could normal summon this thing, search out for your Vanquish Soul Dust Devil, and then if you could link her off and bring her back to the hand, and then you get to special summon her back onto the field. And specifically, if you could special summon another monster as well, then you could basically flip two monsters down, or two Vanquish monsters, right? You could flip two of your opponent's face down, which I did in one of my replays, which I'm gonna show you, right? So she's really good at 3. Also, she's a dark monster, which you're gonna need, right? Now, Vanquish Soul J Long, honestly, to keep the deck tight and to keep it at 40, I brought her down to 2. She's really good at 3, but I've been doing better with her at 2, ironically, because for some reason when I bumped her down to 2, I actually started seeing her more in my hand, which is wild, bro, but that's how it was working, right? Also, because most of the time you're gonna search her out, it's nice having her at 2. The only downside is that, you know, she herself is another fire monster that you could show in the hand, even with her own effect, in order to search out your trap or whatever it is that you need to search out, right? But honestly speaking, she's fine at 2. If you want to bump her up to 3, do that. Then we're running 2 Fenrir's, because Fenrir, essentially, like I said, it might unbrick you. It's an earth monster that you could have in the hand in order to, you know, activate your effects. And also, if you brick, you can just stand on Fenrir and see how your opponent deals with Fenrir, unless they want a card to get banished, right? So that's why we have it at 2. Then we run 2 Vanquish Soul Heavy Burger, right? This thing is amazing. Now, I don't run it at 3 again because we got to keep the deck tight at 40. This thing is nuts because they allow you to, like, dodge Imperm. If you have another dark monster, you get to draw a card. If you have a dark and an earth and a fire, then you get to burn your opponent. Sometimes you won't even touch your opponent. You could burn them to death, which is wild with this card right here. Especially if you have, for example, if you do 5,000 damage and you could activate this thing's effect on your turn and then activate it on your opponent's turns again, if they don't have an Imperm to negate it or any other type of negate, you're gonna win the game. It's ridiculous. Then we have 1 Dugora, the Mid-Flame Kaiju. It's specifically just in case we have to Kaiju something. Also, it's a fire attribute monster, whatever you want to call it. That's the main reason why it's here. Then we have 1 Vanquish Soul Caesar Velius. You could play this at 2. Honestly speaking, there were times when I kind of thought about playing it at 2 because I want to have different earth attributes. Because technically speaking, the only 2 earth attributes in this deck that you can search are Vanquish Soul Panthera and Vanquish Soul Caesar Velius, right? So if you want to bump it up to 2, you can. It's just most of the time it doesn't matter because he's unaffected by anything when you special summon him, unless you activate the other effect, right? But it's really good. Then we run 1 Reinforcement of the Army in order to search out our starter, right? Basically what it is. And if you have your starter, if you want to activate it in order to, like, you know, bait out an Ash, you could do so. And if they don't bait it out, you want to search out your Kashira Rice Heart. That way you could do that. Most of the time I just search another copy of it if I need to, right? Then I'm running 1 Small World. Only 1, bro. You don't need more than 1 because then it kind of gets bricky with the deck and stuff like that if you draw 2 of them and then you don't have follow-up, right? So I like running it at 1 because the deck does brick sometimes. It doesn't brick all of the time, but this thing alone can unbrick your hand like nobody's business because you can search out almost anything in this deck off of Small World, which is really nice, right? So that's why I run it at 1. Then we run 3 Stake Your Soul, and basically this thing can also be a 1-card combo. Also, if you already have the things that you need in the hand, this is an Ash bait and stuff like that. But you need 3 of this thing because sometimes it could just be your starter. If you have any fire monster in your hand, activate this thing, show that fire monster, you're gonna search out your special summon your Soul Raven. Or if you have 2 fire monsters in the hand and you don't want to do a lot of special summoning or anything like that because they max seed you or you're trying to play under Nibiru rules, right? Then what you do is you're gonna activate this thing's effect, show them a fire monster. If you have 2 fire monsters in the hand, special summon your J Long. Search out your trap that way, especially if you already have a dark or an earth, or if you have 1 dark earth or 1. If you have 2 attributes of what you need for the card, then that's good enough for you because then you can search out the other one on your turn and that way your trap is active, right? Then we got 1 Infernable Arms Durando, and this thing basically attach it to any monster in the field. It can be your opponent's monster too, and basically pop it so you can search out your Vanquish Soul Raisin, right? So that's what you mainly have that thing here for. Then you have one Pressure Planet Race Off, because you know this thing also is really nice because it gives all your monsters an attack boost. They're all different attributes, or most of them are different attributes, right? So it just gives them a bunch of attack boosts, which is really nice. So that's why you have it in here, again, to search out your Fenrir, to search out your Rysar if you need to. Then we got 2 Call by the Grave, you know, just to stop any shenanigans. I am playing 1 Cross Out Designated because sometimes I do want to cross out the Ash or the Maxi. Also, I'm playing Imperm, Karakar. I'm playing almost every hand trap, or a lot of hand traps, right? So in order to, even against Kashira themselves, you could stop Fenrir from banishing you if you have a cross out. So it's really good in the deck. I would recommend playing it. Then we have 1 Vanquish Soul Dust Devil, and this thing is basically really good because depending on how many Vanquish Soul monsters you have on the field, that's how many monsters you'll be able to flip up just by switching your monster from attack to defense, or from defense to attack, I believe it is, either or, right? Then we have 1 Vanquish Soul Continue, just so you continue your combos with this thing, because it allows you to special summon a monster, a Vanquish Soul specifically, from the graveyard, right? Or add it to the hand. It's up to you, right? Then we have 2 Infinite Impermanence, just in case we're going second and we need to stop any shenanigans. Really good. We have 1 Vanquish Soul Snow Devil. Now this thing, I was thinking about bumping it up to 2, just in case you gotta play the long game, right? Search it out again, and maybe you could activate its effect once again, right? But most of the time you're okay with it at 1. And then I am running 1 Red Reboot, just in case I'm about to end somebody's career and they do decide to activate the Imperm. We could just stop that and slap somebody in the face to finish the game. Also, if they want to stop me from doing my last burn damage in order to end their phase, then I can activate that thing's effect. Also, Labyrinth is running Rampage, so you can activate this thing in their face too. Then we have 1 Abyss Dweller, you know, 2 level 4s, just to shut down the graveyard if we need to. 1 Zodiac Trident, 1 Zodiac Borbo, and 1 Zodiac Chaka 9, specifically all for, you know, Zeus. You know how that goes. 1 number 141 Borgushka. This thing is nuts. You could basically infinitely keep this thing on the field. If you have it and you already use the material, you could flip this thing to defense position until it pops itself, right? So with the effect of your Vanquish Soul J Long, which is nuts. Then we run 1 number 11 Big Eye, because we can't make, you know, we can't have 2 level 7s on the field. Take somebody's monster if we need to take it, to slap them or use it as material to link up or anything like that. You know how that goes. And then I personally like Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon because of the burn damage. If you're gonna be playing a deck that can do burn damage, you can just add more burn damage to it, bro, just in case. You know what I'm saying? You make 2 level 7s. If you already burned them with this thing and you just want to leave this thing on the field and they can't negate it, they gotta activate effects, they gotta pay 500 life for everything. We are running 1 Kashira Rysar because we are playing the Kashira package. You could just go into this thing or for this thing if you're playing against Kashira, right? Again, we're playing the Zeus because we're playing a bunch of SC's monsters. 3 Rocks of the Vanquisher, of course. You know, this thing is out. I only play it at 2. I never have gone into 3. Out of the freaking, like, however many hours, I think it's 9 hours that I played the deck, I never went into 3 of these. Never, bro. So 2 of them is fine. If you want to bump it up to 3, you think I'm crazy, then do so. 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and Access Code Talker. Because there was 1 game that I could have won, but I was at work, so I have to stop playing. But this thing is good against Makenko if they haven't finished you off and you gotta pop their cards. Access Code is a really good card for that. So that's why we run it. With that being said, that is the deck list. Enough with the yapping. Let's get into them replays. Alright, gang, here we are for replay numero 1. First replay of today, right? And in this replay, I'm gonna go over everything kind of slow, so that way you guys can understand what I was doing and why I was doing the things that I were doing, right? And also, I picked this specific replay is against Heroes because this is one of the best turn 1 boards that you can make with the deck, right? So here I'm going to activate my Stake Soul. I was trying to bait out an Ash or anything like that, but they didn't have anything, so I knew that I could combo off crazy. So we're going to show them the Heavy Burger, right? Special summon the Mad Love, activate the Mad Love's effect, search out my Dust Devil, activate the Heavy Burger, bring the Mad Love back to the hand, special summon the Burger, activate its effect to show them a Dark Monster so I could draw a card. We draw into our Vanquish Soul J Long, right? Now, because I did show a card in my hand, that's going to trigger the Vanquish Soul J Long's effect in order to special summon herself onto the field, right? Then we're going to normal summon the Vanquish Soul Raisin. That way I can activate that thing's effect, getting myself a Vanquish Soul Panthera because I already have one fire monster in the hand. I only need 2, and I'm gonna bring this thing back to the hand, right? So I search for the Panthera because it's another earth monster. So now that means that on my opponent's turn, I get to activate this thing to bring it onto the field and actually activate its third effect, because this is gonna be the third monster that I'm gonna have in the hand, right? So here I'm gonna link off my Soul Raisin into the Rock of the Vanquisher. Then we're gonna activate its effect, bring the Racer back to the hand, so that way we could have 2 fire monsters, activating the Vanquish Soul J Long, so we could search out the Snow Devil, right? Now we're gonna set down our Snow Devil, then we're gonna set down our Dust Devil, and that is my board, bro. So let me tell you what you're looking at. So basically, right now with this thing, I can flip 2 monsters face down just by switching them from attack position to defense. This thing right here, because we have Earth, Dark, and Fire, I can basically wipe out the whole board, do a bunch of burn damage, and special summon a monster, which mostly I will probably go for the Vanquish Soul Caesar, because I already have also Dark, Earth, and Fire still in the hand, even if I special summon it to pop a card on the field, right? So that's what you're looking at. That's why I went and made the board this way, right? So here we're gonna activate the Heavy Burger just to do the burn damage, because I don't need to draw a card. Then I'm going to activate my Soul Jane Long, and the reason why I'm activating them in the draw phase is so that we can play around triple Toxic Talent, right? Not Thrust, because Thrust is gonna get to activate anyways, but you know. So here we're gonna search out another Heavy Burger, and then we're gonna burn them for the 1500. Then they're gonna activate a Hero Lives, but we're gonna kill that immediately. There's no living around here, bro. Negate that thing. If you're gonna pay 4,000 life for that, negate it. Of course, they're gonna trigger the triple tactic talent. They're gonna draw 2 cards. I can't do anything about that. They're gonna bring the Vision Hero Vaughn onto the field, activating the Liquid Shoulder in the graveyard. Then they're gonna activate the Vision Hero Vaughn again. Right now, mind you, I don't really know how to play against heroes. I've never played the deck, so I don't know. But you know, they're gonna banish that thing so that way they could search out a polymerization. They're going to activate the super polymerization, right? Now they're gonna use both of these monsters to fusion summon into the Elemental Hero Sunrise. So here I'm like, yeah, they're gonna activate the Liquid. So here I activate my Rock of the Vanquisher, right? And I'm going to special summon my Vanquish Soul Caesar. Now again, the main reason and only reason why I can do this right now, or I'm able to do this or willing to, is because I have my 3, my Dark, my Earth, and my Fire. If not, then this thing would have just been untargetable, unaffected. But because I have all those 3 tributes in my hand, I can pop a card on the field, right? So I activate this effect, show them the 3 tributes, and I'm gonna pop the hero, the Elemental Hero Sunrise. Then they're gonna activate the Miracle Fusion, banishing 2 cards in order to use both of those monsters to fusion summon into the Elemental Hero Assault Zero. Now this thing has made me lose 1,000 games against heroes, because this thing says must be fusion, whatever, blah blah. If this card leaves the field, destroy all monsters your opponents control. Now if I'm not mistaken, they already normal summon. They already did a bunch of special summoning, and I'm not gonna destroy that thing. So what do, bro? I activate my Vanquish Soul Devil, flip her to defense position, and flip them upside down. I could have still wiped up the whole board, but I wasn't going to do that, because then he would have wiped up my whole board, because that thing left the field, right? And there's no way of me dodging anything or doing that. So legitimately, if that wouldn't have worked and they would have had any way of getting that thing into the graveyard, we would have lost. It would have been GG's. So that's why we did it that way. We still had our 3 tributes in the hand. We still had a trap. We still could have done a bunch of shenanigans. But I wanted to show this replay so you could get a feeling and learn how the deck works together, right? So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Right, gang, here we are for replay numero 2, replay number 2 of today. And this one was against Labyrinth, and we're going second if I'm not mistaken, right? So here they're gonna set down to back row, activate the Labyrinth Chandelier, send a big welcome to the graveyard so they can set down and welcome Labyrinth, right? And that's all they wrote. Now, okay, bet. So here we join to the Cross-Out Designator. I activate my Stake Your Soul. I show them the Ash, and they immediately activate the Max C. Now I know that they did that to tempt me in order to use the Ash here, because then I wouldn't be able to Ash their traps, right? I got it on me, double legs, Cross-Out Designator that thing, get it out of here. So then they do activate the Welcome Labyrinth. And listen, bro, I'm throwing the ash in there. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. That's what I was thinking, but that thing has to get stopped because that thing will legitimately just start popping off, and Labyrinth is really hard to deal when that thing gets to pop off, right? Also, because we ashed that thing, I don't have to worry about the one in the graveyard, even though they already activated this one, right? So it doesn't matter. So the Maxi gets bodied and negated. I'm gonna special summon my Raisin, activate the Raisin's effect, search out my Soul Jane Long, activate my Triple Tax's talent, and here I have to pray to join to a fire monster, which I did. I joined to the Rice Heart, right? So now I'm going to activate the Rice's effect, show the Soul J Long, special summon it onto the field, use the Raisin to link off into the Vanquisher, of course, bring him out here. Activate the Vanquisher effect, bring the Raisin back onto my hand, activate the J Long now that we have 2 fire monsters in order to search out for a heavy burger, right? Now I'm going to normal summon this thing on the field because I haven't normal summoned yet. Activate the burger, bring it back to my hand, special summon the burger, activate the burger's effect, show them both of these things so I can burn them for the 1500 before we go to the attack. Of course, they activate the Welcome Labyrinth. They bring the Lovely Labyrinth onto the field. Now I can't attack over that thing, so I'm going to set down my back row and end my turn, right? So here again, we're going to show them 2 fire monsters that way I can search out one of my tributes. They're going to activate the Big Welcome, trying to send the Heavy Burger back to my hand, but before they bring it back, I'm just gonna do a little bit of burn damage. Burn it for the 1500, bro, and give it back to me. I don't mind having it in my hand. So here we're gonna search out our Panthera, right? They're gonna activate the Lovely Labyrinth effect, activating the Welcome Labyrinth, activating the Labyrinth Chandelier in the graveyard as well. Here I'm gonna activate the Infinite Impermanence, and I mainly did this because, listen, I only have 1 dark monster in the hand. I already have my fire, I have my earth, and I only have 1 dark monster. So legitimately, I need this thing in the hand in order for my Vanquish Soul Snow Devil to pop off, right? So I'm gonna Infinite Impermanence that thing because I don't want them to be lucky and actually pop my dark monster in my hand. They're gonna get the Chandelier back to the hand themselves. The Welcome Labyrinth gets to come back onto the field, and that thing gets negated. They go into the standby phase, main phase 1. I'm gonna activate my Vanquisher. Special summoning my Vanquish Soul Caesar, right? Because I do have Earth, Dark, and Fire. I get to activate that boy's effect, show it to him, and I'm gonna pop that Welcome, get it out of here. They go for the battle phase, but they can't attack me unless they attack the highest attack monster on my field, which is my Vanquish Soul Caesar. So they can't really do anything. They activate the Chandelier, setting down a big Welcome in their back row. I'm going to activate my Vanquish Soul Snow Devil, right? Showing them my 3 views. I'm going to activate my Vanquish Soul, right? Bring the Caesar back to my hand. Special summon it. Burn it for 400. Burn it for 600. Special summon my Panthera, right? In the column that they have the Welcome, the big Welcome. Make sure you know that. Pop that thing, get it out of here. And here I was supposed to activate this thing's effect, which basically showed them a Earth and a Fire, which I have Earth and Fire, right? But I had 1 second in the timer. That's one of the things about this deck, bro. The timer is your main enemy too, so I couldn't activate it. But if I could have, this game would have been done because that thing would have got popped, right? So they get to live. I'm gonna activate my J-Lo again, showing them 2 fires. They're gonna activate the Big Welcome. I'm going to activate the Burger again, burning them for 1500. This card is nuts, bro. Pow. Again, they're gonna special summon a Lady Labyrinth, bring that thing back to the hand. I'm going to search out a Mad Love. So here they activate the Welcome Labyrinth, also activating the Chandelier, right? Bring that thing back to the hand. Set that thing back onto the field. So here they set that thing down, so now I can activate my Vanquish Soul Panthera, right? Showing them a Earth, showing them a Fire to pop that thing, get it out of here. Now I'm going to activate my Caesar to bring this thing back to the hand. They're going to activate the Silver Castle, the Lady Labyrinth, bring her out here. Mind you, while I'm doing all of this, bro, I have like 10 seconds left in the timer. So now I activate this thing's effect to pop their back row because I don't know what the heck that thing is, right? So here they show us that it's the Destructive Durama Karma Cannon. So I'm like, okay, bet. That's going to flip everything upside down. Then they're gonna activate the Silver Castle effect to set down a trap, right? So here they're gonna set down a Dogmatica punishment. Everything gets flipped, but that doesn't negate my effect to pop a card. So now I pop the Lady Labyrinth, normal summon my Vanquish Soul on 1 second, bro. I had 1 second on the timer. I kept clicking the right click in order to just toggle off, just so I could get my damage, right? And that's how we managed to beat Labyrinth, bro. If I would have timed out on this, bro, I would have cried. I would have legit cried. So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Right, again, here we are for replay number 3 of today. And this is a mirror match. So let's get into it, right? So I'm going to activate my Panthera. And a lot of the time I activate her in order to try and see if the field glows so I can see what I'm dealing with, right? So they're going to hit us with the Maxi, unfortunately, which I'm kind of okay with because I do have that triple tactic talent, which I'm going to activate. So here I'm going to draw 2 cards, right? We draw into the Maxi ourselves. I'm going to normal summon my Mad Love, activate her effect to search out my Snow Devil, start her down. Then I'm going to activate this thing's effect to bring the Panthera back to my hand. Mainly because she was pointless right there and then. Also, I just wanted to have her in the hand just in case I get to special summon my Caesar. That way I still have an Earth monster in my hand, right? And also you see how sometimes even if you don't have your Raisin, Mad Love is really good because she searches out a trap and we still have Earth, Dark, and Fire. So we're good. So here they're going to activate their own Panthera, right? So I'm going to activate my Vanquish Soul Heavy Border. And they hit me with another Maxi. So I'm like, okay, bet. Now I'm going to throw this thing out. It just is what it is, bro. Because again, this is what I'm telling you. You have to really think about your tributes when you're playing this deck. Now, the only reason why I threw Maxi out there is because I have Panthera in the hand, which is another Earth monster, right? If not, I would have probably held on to that thing. But I was getting tired of my man's Maxi me, so I threw out my own Maxi. Now we get to draw a card, especially summon that thing, and now I'm gonna draw a card myself. Now, mind you, they're on the Maxi, so why would you draw a card? I was just trying to see if they would be stupid and like activate an Ash or something. But here they're gonna activate the triple tactics talent, right? They're gonna take control of my monster. I'm like, okay, bet, that makes sense. This is a mirror match. Now they're gonna show us the Dark, so they could draw a card themselves. They draw into the J Long, special summon that thing onto the field, linking my own monster off into the Vanquisher. I'm like, okay, bet. Now before anybody, because we didn't win this because of Maxi, by the way, realize that we still had our 3 tributes in the hand before anybody says that we won because of Maxi, right? So they special summon that thing. We're drawn to a Infinite Impermanence. They activate their Take This Soul to special summon a Raisin. Activate the Raisin's effect. Now they activate the Vanquish Soul Burger to bring that thing back to the hand. And I'm like, nah, bro. Show them 3 tributes. Wipe that whole board. I'm the janitor now. We're sweeping you up. 400. Burn for 600 too. And burn for 800. Special summon my Caesar because again we still have Earth, Fire, Earth, and Dark, which we've been had before Maxi. So here they're gonna draw into the Soul Panthera. They're going to special summon that thing onto the field, and I'm immediately gonna pop it because you already normal summon, special summon, extra summon, Vanquish summon, all of the summons. They're gonna say one back row. Here we activate my Caesar again just to pop that thing because I don't know what the heck that is, right? They're gonna hit us with a Maxi again, and we are gonna cross out that thing, which is gonna make them scoop it up. Scoopity doo bop bop. No vemo. Now remember, we always had our 3 tributes because I don't want anybody saying that we won because of Maxi. Now I'm gonna show you a replay where we won because of Maxi, but it was tough. Like, you gotta see it. I'm gonna show it to you next, right? So let's get into that. Right, again, here we are for replay numero 4, and this one was against a deck that I solely hate. It's Naturia Runic, bro. I hate that deck. But either way, there's a lot of interaction that happened here, and I'm gonna give you a fair warning. We did win because of Maxi, but you have to see why we won because of Maxi, right? So here we're gonna, also this is what I was telling you during the deck list breakdown of the video. We're kind of bricked right now. And look at how Kashtira Fenrir unbricks us, right? So we activate this effect, search the Arise Heart, and that's how we get unbricked, because now we activate the Infernal Arms, activate that thing's effect, search out my Raisin, pop that thing, normal summon the Raisin, activate the Raisin's effect, search out Madame Love, right? Mad Love. So here we're gonna show the J Long so we can special summon her onto the field. Then we're gonna link off the Vanquisher, link up the Raisin into the Vanquisher, activate the Vanquisher effect, bring the Raisin. And that's what I'm telling you, Kashira Fenrir unbreak us, because now we do have our 2 fire monsters to activate our J Long. So activate J Long's effect, show them the 2 fire monsters, search out for our Snow Devil, right? Set that thing down and end our turn. Now we do have our 3 tributes, which is Dark, Fire, and Earth with the Max C, right? So everything is in full effect right now. So here I'm gonna activate my Raisin, and they're gonna hit us with the Runic Slumber, right? So here I activate Max C, right? And this is one of the things that you have to know. This deck doesn't let you do anything for free at all. Now because I use Max C, I basically gave up on the ability to pop a card with my Caesar, because I don't have another Earth monster in my hand, right? And I'm gonna search out my Caesar because I need an Earth monster now in my hand for my my trap to be in full effect, right? So here I search out the Caesar, so now we're back to square one, having our Earth, Dark, and Fire, right? They're gonna activate the Hugin, sending a card to the graveyard, that way they could search out the Runic Fountain. So here I'm gonna activate the Fenrir and get that thing out of here, because I am planning on popping that Runic Fountain as soon as it comes from the field, if I can, of course. So here they normal summon the Mole Cricket. I'm gonna activate my Rock of the Vanquisher, so the quick effect activate that thing's effect. They're gonna special summon Naturia Vayne, and then Naturia Camellia, and this thing legitimately is already bad news for us, because this thing can negate our trap, so that's bad. So here I special summon my Raisin. They're gonna activate the Camellia's effect twice, or her 2 effects. I activate Raisin's effect in order to search out a Mad Love, and this is a big goof on my turn, or on my part, right? And this is why I'm also showing you this replay. Your brain has to be 100%. Right here, what I should have searched out was my Panthera, but I legitimately forgot that Panthera existed, bro. Legit, I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I search out the Mad Love, and also look at where I special summon my Raisin, because that's important, right? Because now they bring the Mole Cricket back onto the field, activate the trap that's sent to the graveyard, and now I'm gonna activate this thing's second effect, showing them a Fire and a Dark, so I can pop the thing that's preventing me from using my trap. Look at that. So pop that thing, get it out of here, and now my trap is active again. They're gonna search out the Naturia Blessing, of course. Here I'm gonna activate my Heavy Burger, bring this thing back to the hand so I can special summon it. Then they're gonna activate the Naturia Blessing, so I'm gonna inflict the 1500 to the face, because I have to, bro. I have to. Pop it. They're gonna bring the Naturia Vayne back onto the field, because they know this thing is important, bro. They know I'm relying on that thing. So here then they're gonna use both of these monsters right here to go into the Naturia Beast, right? And here they activate the Mole Cricket, special summon that thing onto the field, and I finally drew into the card that I needed, bro. Maxi. It's just I needed an Earth monster, and specifically this is the main reason why we probably won this duel. It's because I drew into the Maxi, right? So now I get to activate the Caesar, bring the Burger back to the hand, special summon the Caesar, activate the Caesar. That way we could pop the stupid leaf again, the Vayne, get it out of here. Now I can activate my trap freely, wipe out the whole board, get it all out of here, inflicting a bunch of damage, right? Activate the Mad Love, searching out my Vanquish Soul. Now they they activate the Runic Fountain, activating the Runic Destruction so they can special summon the Hugin. Now they're gonna activate that thing's effect in order to draw 2 cards, and I Ash Blast on that thing immediately, activating the Mad Love as well, showing them both of these cards right here, so I could basically send the Hugin back to the extra deck as well, because it's the lowest defense monster on the field, and they're gonna scoop. Now, am I proud to show you a Maxi replay where I won because of Maxi? No, no, I hate that thing. But either way, I wanted to show it so you could learn that this deck doesn't let you do anything for free, bro. And you have to pay attention at all times, because if I would have just searched out the Panthera 30 years ago, this duel would have ended probably way sooner. So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Alright, gang, who we have for replay number 6, I think it is. 5, 6, I don't know. But we're going second against Dragon Link, right? So they're gonna activate the Chaos Space, send a dragon to the graveyard, search out the Lubellion, activate the Lubellion, get themselves a Magna Hut, activate the Magna Hut effect, banish the Black Dragon so they can special summon it, activate that thing's effect, get it out of here so they can special summon the Lubellion. Lubellion gonna activate, set down a Branded Regain, activating the Chaos Space. Now, do you see the way they're playing? They're legitimately playing a lot with the Bestial package, right? So I'm like, okay, bet. So yeah, they're gonna activate a quick launch. And this legitimately, I was like, let me ask this, because they haven't shown me any rocket monsters or done anything that lets me know they have a rocket monster, so I think it's bodied and negated. And that ends their turn, right? So of course they're gonna search out the Deerstrom. So I'm like, okay, bet, let's do it. So here we're gonna start off by normal summoning the Mad Love, activating her effect. They're gonna activate the Branded Regain to bring the Magna Hut back onto the field. Bring it out here. We're gonna search out our Snow Devil. They're gonna activate the Magna Hut's effect. I'm gonna activate the Mad Love's effect. That way I can send that thing back to the hand, right? Activating the Borger so I could bring the Mad Love back to the hand. They're gonna hit us with the Max C. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Bring it out here. They're gonna draw a card. I'm gonna activate its effect so I could draw a card myself. No, I'm not. They have the Ash block. It's Spring on their side of the field, bro. I can't do anything about that. So we're gonna set down our trap and end our turn. Now, mind you, we have Earth, Dark, and Fire, so our trap is definitely live. So this is not a good spot to be in against Dragon Link, I'm not gonna lie. But we activate the Borgen. I'm gonna join to another card. Unfortunately, we joined to the Infernable Arms. They activate another Chaos Space, sending the Serenir to the graveyard. Then they're gonna activate the Deerstrom, banishing the Serenir so they can special summon that thing onto the field. Activating the Branded Regain, bringing it back so they could draw a card. And here I had to activate my trap. And the reason why is because this thing right here it just smelled like Baron the Floor, and that would have made this thing useless, right? So if I'm going out, bro, I'm going out by popping your whole board. That's what's gonna happen, right? And they do have the Baron the Floor in their deck. I checked. So here we're gonna burn them for a bunch of damage, right? Wipe out the board. That's gonna activate the Deerstrom. They're gonna activate the Branded Regain. Now, mind you, I could have dodged the Deerstrom's effect and brought this back to the hand, but it wasn't worth it to me. So I'm gonna activate this thing's effect either way. And that way we could search out one of our spells. So I go search out my Vanquish, so continue. Here they're gonna special summon the Deerstrom back onto the field. This thing gets sent to the graveyard. Then they're gonna special summon a White Dragon, and with both of these monsters, they're going to Chaos Angel. They activate that Chaos Angel effect to banish me. I activate my Caesar, bring the Burger back into my hand, or Borger. I'm gonna call it Burger, bro. Special summon the Caesar, and now we dodge that banish. Let's go. Now, unfortunately, I have Fire. I have Dark, but I don't have an Earth, so I can't pop a card in the field. But this thing is unaffected by everything, so we're good. So here they're gonna link off into the Sky Striker Dragon, and I'm gonna speed it up because essentially they just did a bunch of plays, right? And the main thing that I had in mind is that if they even tried or could have done anything to my Caesar, I still could have activated the Burger's effect to bring it back to the hand to dodge any effect that they would have activated, right? But my opponent did a bunch of shenanigans, right? That was all it is. Activate the Sector Launch, special summon the Rocket Tracer, go into the Peasty, activate the Magna Hut, banish a card, use both of the monsters, go into the Triple Burst Dragon, banish it, well, bring the Tracer back out, pop a card, bring both of these monsters, go into Chaos Ruler, right? So I'm like, okay, bet. They activate the Chaos Ruler. Of course, they hit a bunch of cards that are amazing for Dragon Link, right? So they're gonna bring the Serenir to the hand. Now they're gonna activate the Starlight Safer? Yeah. That way they could get the Chaos Dragon Labyrinth to the hand, right? Activate that thing's effect, banish a bunch of cards so they could try and basically get rid of my Caesar, but because it's unaffected by everything, they can't. So now here they're going to the Borderland Dragon, and they timed out. If you have a monster in the field that's unaffected by everything, bro, it's just, and your opponent wants to do a bunch of shenanigans, they're gonna time out. So it is what it is. I just wanted to show it to you how even with a bad hand, we still managed to win a game, right? So with that being said, I got one last replay that I'm going to show you against Branded. And then I think that's going to be it, right? So let's get into that. All right, gang. So I'm not going to lie to you. I might edit the video so that the other replay I just showed is the last replay, because I think this one's better. But I clicked on the wrong replay and I was like, let's record anyways, right? So we're going to activate the Stake Social and then the Ash Blossom, so we can special summon the Raisin. Activate the Raisin's effects, which are the J Long. Activate the second effect, so we can special summon J Long. Link off the Raisin into the Vanquisher, right? Activate the Vanquisher effect, bring the Raisin back to the hand. Then I'm gonna set down my trap because we already had it, so now I get to basically search out a Mad Love instead. I haven't normal summon yet, so I'm gonna activate the Mad Love so I can search out a Soul Dust Devil. And now this is a really nice board, right? Because we basically have this thing, which is it's gonna be active because I'm gonna search out my Earth monster with my J Long, right? Basically, I can bounce back any card with the lowest defense on the field. I'm gonna search out my Earth monster. That's gonna make our trap live. We also can basically flip two monsters face down. We have Maxi and Ash Blossom, right? So here we're gonna again activate the J Long. So and then the two Earth monsters, they're gonna hit us with the Ash Blossom. I'm gonna call by the grave that thing, get it out of here. And that's one of the good things about this deck, is that I need Ash Blossom in the hand anyway. So I don't really care about not being able to use it, right? So here we get a Heavy Burger. And the reason why I went for the Heavy Burger is because I can activate its effect. If they target this, bring it back, and I get to draw a card or burn, right? So here they activate the Witchcraft. Alright, well, this isn't the replay that I thought I was showing you, bro. But either way, it's showing you the good hand that we have, right? Because now I get to activate the Vanquish Dust Devil. And now we're basically going to flip both of these things upside down. And that's going to end the turn, right? Because I activate my burger, bring this thing back to the hand. They're like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. It just is what it is. So with that being said, I think this is the last replay. I'm getting confused with my own replays, bro. So let's see. Alright, gang. That is the end of the video. I thought I had another. I didn't save the Branded replay. I beat Branded with this deck, and it was a really good duel. And I freaking saved that one instead of the Branded one by mistake. And I've been playing the deck for hella long, bro. So it's gone by now. So that is the deck list, bros. That is the video. You know, this is the ratio. Again, the deck is frustrating to learn. I'm not going to lie to you. But once you master this deck, it's a whole lot of fun. But it's not top tier. This deck is not top tier, bro. For me to tell you that this is like top tier breaking, Pearly is still better than this. Castura might be a little bit better than this. It's just this deck is way too dependent on a lot of things, which it should be how Yu-Gi-Oh should be, instead of just have a card on the field that shuts down everything. This is how Yu-Gi-Oh should be. Combos, managing your card, playing on your opponent's turn, but like by being able to dodge things, not by just negating everything, bro. I enjoy playing this deck. That's all I gotta say. If you guys enjoy the content, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe to the boy, because I would greatly appreciate it. Any comment, questions, and concerns in the comment section below. I always reply, bro. Continue having a great day. Peace.